Hi everyone! Hello, hello! I'm going to do one more audio check in a moment as we get started, and then I'll do the official intro. I just have to wait for the stream to catch up. Hi everyone! Hello, hello! I'm going to do one. Hey, that's not bad! Okay, we're in good shape today. Hi everyone! I am Rebecca from ChemKnits. And I suppose this is the second iteration of a new Dying to Spin series. So in the last live stream, I worked on dyeing some roving, which I guess you can now see me dye right here. I had 200 grams of Knit Picks Wool of the Andes roving. This is Peruvian Highland wool. And I set it up starting cold with some acid, added on our dyes, heat it for a little bit. The dye spread a lot, as you can see. Added more dye and then heat it some more. I washed it. I actually filmed it. I might do an edited video of all this at some point. When I washed it, there was some bleeding, but that'll be easier to resolve once the yarn is spun because then it's less delicate. There was some slight surface felting on the fiber, but it should be completely draftable and fine. I was just a little rougher with it, knowing that it was my fiber. The colors are beautiful. And yes, all of those pretty speckle colors did blend together, and things are going to blend together even more once we go ahead and spin with it because of just the way, I guess, spinning and things like that work. Because, you know, when we have these little pops of pink and teal, as we draft it, some of those pink fibers are going to blend with some of the blue and some of the teal, and so we'll get something that could feel heathered. Maybe it'll feel variegated. It depends on how I spin it. Now, as far as spinning goes, I would consider myself like a novice, beginner, maybe like intermediate beginner, but I am not as skilled as many spinners that exist out there. And it's been a few years. It's been a while, and in fact we could go back and try to figure out exactly how long ago, because the bobbin that is still on the wheel was from a behind the scenes live stream I did on Patreon that then I never came back to. So I don't know if we're actually going to start spinning this fiber today, or if we're going to be working on emptying all of my bobbins to get the wheel ready to go next week. And so I guess some other things on the bobbins, because I have 4 bobbins, I believe. Here I have some 100% silk that I believe I dyed with Skittles. This was part of a Paradise Fibers unboxing. And then I have this other really pretty 2-ply yarn that I don't know if this was Paradise Fibers or if this was one of my Into the World, I think was the other spinning subscription that I did at one point. I would say that if you're interested in learning to spin, I don't want to invest in a wheel or anything. Drop spindles are very inexpensive. You can get them for as little as $20. This is my first drop spindle. I have some others, but I have no idea where they are. This is how disorganized everything is. Because I know, I feel like I bought a Turkish drop spindle from somewhere, and also Paradise Fibers once gifted me a beautiful handmade one, but this is the first one I ever used. It's heavier on the bottom, and so then when you have like your yarn, you're twisting and letting gravity help. Using a drop spindle is way more challenging than using a spinning wheel, but these range like around $20 or less. Spinning wheels are hundreds. So that is one factor when you're getting into it. But I guess we will talk more about all of this today. Just buy more bobbins? Yes, I could just buy more bobbins, but there's a reason why my spinning is hibernated, and part of it is that I had to deal with all of this, so that's what we're going to do today. But yeah, so that is the plan, and also just to see how this setup works, because unfortunately my living room carpet is wild, as you can see. And so it's made white balance things interesting. And I feel like that is overexposed. And of course, every time I lean forward to check what's going on with the camera, it's gonna throw everything out of whack. But what I have here was some, I don't know if it was chroma. That information is out there. I had some silk thread and I spun it with a single ply yarn, but I think it was so loose. Oh my gosh, it's gonna take, I might need to, oh my gosh. It's been so long since I've used the wheel that I don't know if I remember how. Okay. I just want to, actually, we can increase the tension with our drive band and see if I can, there we go. Okay. I have not used the wheel in years. Oh my gosh. Okay, but I remember that this pops off. I feel like the bobbins are different than they used to be. Okay, this wheel is a Kromsky Fantasia, and I've had it for like 10 years or so. Here you can see, to figure out where the camera is, it's just off-white. But I think the mistake, because I'm like, oh, I'm just going to apply these together. I should have used a much smaller whirl. Oh no. Is this drive band completely stretched out? Yes. Well, this is going to be interesting, guys. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. What we're going to do is, how are we going to get you off? Why am I still not getting you off? Oh no, am I gonna, how on earth? No, there's not going to be a way to get this off. I am very confused right now. Okay, you know what? We would be able to use this on the biggest thing. See, I don't even remember what everything is called. This is how long it's been. I do have another drive band though. And I'm assuming, but I'm like, do I have to, what do I have to undo to get this back on? You guys! So I do have another drive band. But I think that this has just been on here so long that it just stretched out. Because, will this, I mean, technically, but not well. Oh my gosh, you guys. Well, that's embarrassing. I know, I guess I'd have to take the whole wheel off in order to replace that. Because if I remember correctly, the way that this works is that when you have a smaller diameter of the wool here, then for each spin of the wheel, you get more revolutions of the inner thing. And so that's more revolutions per petal here. So if you want to spin a very fine yarn, you want a much thinner, a much smaller whirl. Is that the whirl? No. What's that called? See, this is that. Oh my God. It has been a very long time. Okay, good thing. So I can adjust the tension here. So for the break band, this is where I can adjust the tension. And so that still works. That's just a spring and some twine. So the break band is fine. But this, I don't know how I would adjust that. So the other whirl, yeah, I would have to use the biggest. But again, see, we're learning what I need to troubleshoot. Oh my gosh. Okay, I have my WPI tool. I have, okay, because see here are the two other little, like, wait, does it say what it is on it? No, what are these things called? Because I have a smaller one. I've never used the smallest one. See, these just would slide on in place of this one, and that's the one that came with the wheel. This is Kromsky, yes. So these are the whorls. Okay. Cool, thank you. Yes, this is a Kromsky Fantasia wheel. Okay, I have, these go with the wheel. I need to just have a bin of only wheel stuff. This hook is the most important thing on the universe because that's how you get your yarn through the flyer. I think that's all my spinning stuff in one of my random Notions bags. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay, so yeah, so originally when this came, I had to put it together and build it. Let's see. How do I replace how do I replace the drive band on a Kromsky Fantasia wheel? Remove the flyer. Yes. Okay. I think there's something I'm gonna have to take apart. It's one of those poly. Because I could probably, I mean, because if I were to, I don't know. I mean, I don't know how much spinning is going to happen today anyway, because I want to empty these bobbins. So that is the main goal. Okay, let's start doing that, and I'll worry about this, because there's something. It's because it's in through here, and I have a thing here that slips, and so I had yarn to keep it from slipping and making weird and clacking. Because a lot of these things screw off. I probably just have to pop the wheel off or something, and then, I mean, I remember building it. So this is riveting television, guys. So here's what we're gonna do now. And let's see. Okay. Let's tilt you down. Nope, that's not going to work. I was like, okay, never mind. We're going to go back up. Oh my gosh, you guys. Okay, I have my nitty naughties here. We are going to take this off of the bobbin. It has these handy dandy little things that you can stick in. And I know this is out of focus, but we're going to pop this in. And I can see how this is. Yeah, it's just that the thread that I tried to add on is way too loose. And so it doesn't feel integrated. I would have needed to do more twists per inch. I would have needed more, like, to hold the tension different between the two yarns to try to make something boucle. It's just lazy is the way it turned out. So the brake band is fine, because the brake band I can adjust the tension on. It's the drive band that's too loose. I'll show that in a minute. This shouldn't take that long for me to... Oh, I should try to be on camera more. I forgot. I was like, I had this all set up for the wheel, not for... Okay. And I'm off camera. You know what? We're going to swap from the 2 camera. Not that one. And I can turn this off anyway. To this one. Okay. So I'm using my PVC pipe nitty knotty, which is a hack I highly recommend doing. And I think I shop at Lowe's now more than Home Depot, but I think back in the day Home Depot would give you 2 cuts for free. And I think I only needed, maybe I needed a couple more cuts, and so they just cut the pieces I needed for free. So I created this with 2 2-foot pieces of PVC pipe. One of them is cut in half to give the 12 inches in the center, and then I cut one 3 times to give 3 6-inch pieces. I have videos on this that shows all the things I have to avoid the raw edges. You can also buy like a PVC pipe cutter thing, which I've used. Those are, if you get one of those, maybe $16, but I think each cut at the home improvement store is not expensive. And so then I can adjust these in many different ways. Oh man. But yeah, I'll show the wheel and the drive band at some point. I don't know what I'm going to do with this yarn, because yeah, let's just break it. This was not hand spun, it was hand plied, and has then been sitting on here ever since. And I would say is a bit of a fail, because I was like, oh, what happens if I ply like a wool yarn or something with silk? And it was a good idea in theory, but I think in practice did not create something that is very useful. Yeah, I don't think I'd be able to get you close enough to see, but that silk thread is just way, way, way too loose. So I don't know what to do with that. Okay, but now I can bring the wheel back over to try to show what the problem. So the brake band is oh right, and these have like a big side and a little side. So the brake band is an adjustable piece that goes over the bobbin, and so then at times, depending on the tension, it will stop the bobbin from spinning with you, so that way it can take up yarn from the spinning wheel. So that part is still fine. That is not a problem. The problem is the drive band. So this, the band that goes over the whirl and around the wheel, it has stretched out such that I cannot put this around a smaller whirl. Like it has a good, it basically has almost no ease when around the biggest one now. And so if I wanted to use the smaller one, which, I mean, I think for what I created, using the biggest one was a mistake when I was trying to ply the thread with yarn. But so this is required to like actually spin things, and it'll be a little inconsistent because it is so loose. And I have this facing the wrong way. if I rotate around. So see, this is just really, really, really loose. And I have another one. The issue is that when I was trying to remove it, I was like, okay, there's a closed loop in here. So I'm just gonna have to get a screwdriver to remove something to get it out of that little closed loop. And so that's what I need to figure out. You can add more twist by replying. Maybe, but since I ply against the direction, I went the other way. I was afraid of undoing the twists. Yeah, I think that one I'm just gonna let go. The dry band can be cut and sliced back together with a lighter. Okay, that is something that I will try. Maybe I'll try to do that tonight with a second pair of hands. And by a second pair of hands, I mean Keith. Because yeah, I can feel where like the join happened. But the thing is, I have another one. So that's why I'm like, if I can figure out how to do it, then maybe we can just do it now. Fantasia instructions. So I need to detach the footman. I don't want to do the. Oh my gosh. What the? Oh, I see. There are those screws that attach. Yeah, I'm not undoing those ones. No way. That seems like that would be a pain to fix. Okay. Come on, instructions. Frequently asked questions. Okay. Haha. Frequently asked questions on Kromsky. Oh yeah, I have a bottle of oil or something. Remove the footman from the crank. Is the crank this? How do I remove the footman? Okay. Let's see. The wheel. Relax the spin. Yes, that's the parts. No, how do I do this? Maintenance. Break-in period. Yes, the foot. I mean, it looks like, ooh, there are screws in here that then I should be able to disconnect. Like, should I unscrew these screws? You have an idea? Oh no, I tried, I can't just slip it over the top because it's a closed system. There's like you have to remove something to do it. Okay. Let's see if I can find a video. Replace the drive band on a Kromsky Fantasia. Yeah, because I tried removing it forward and then it still gets stuck in this hole in here. And
today I'm going to be showing you how to put a fused poly drive band on your Kronsky minstrel. First step you're going to take, just for safety precautions, is to take the flyer off. Seems pretty elementary, but I am forgetful, so that's what we'll do. Next step is to go ahead and pull off your old drive band if you haven't already. I'm going to leave this on here as it's our floor model.
Yep.
The next step is to come back here, and you'll see, if you assembled your Kronsky before, you'll know what this is, but these footman connectors are held on with screws that you will need to loosen.
Okay, cool. I can see what to do. It's not the same wheel, but I know what I need to do. I need to loosen these, and then I can slip it off. Go. So yeah, so I hear what you're saying. The issue is that we have a closed circle in here, and so the drive band is stuck in that area. So if I take it off, I tried both ways at the very beginning, but this should be okay. This should be okay. Let's see. Like, Rebecca learns that she doesn't remember how to do anything with her spinning wheel. Okay. Need to turn you around. Now, what I'm hoping that the new drive band is smaller. Yes, it is. Okay. Like, if the new drive band was going to be the exact same size, then that would have been a problem. Because if the new drive band because if the new drive band was the same size as this one, then that would not help. Okay. So see, I can remove these feet. I just have to remember that the right pedal goes towards the back. Did not loosen you enough yet. I know that you guys can't see what I'm doing, but this is the handedness that I needed to have in order to do this. Okay. Now, the old drive band can come off, and the new one can go on. Ta-da! And I'll save the broken one because it's not actually broken, and I can probably retighten it, as you guys said. Okay, so now I need to put the feet back on. And I have a feeling that the reason why I had to put, felt like I had to put string in here is because I didn't have it tight enough, so it didn't stay. And so I'm learning how to fix things on my wheel. Okay, I probably needed to bring a bigger screwdriver. This would be easier if I had another person here with me. Am I on? Yeah. I grabbed the smallest little screwdriver in the world. Aw, I'm so glad that I helped you become an official indie dyer, Charlotte. Let's see. Now what we don't want is to strip anything. I love that I'm doing all this and you guys can't even see what I'm doing. So awkward. I hate screwing things in. I'm very proud of myself for fixing this though. I have a feeling that the drive band has been loose for a while. I mean, I've had this wheel, I think I got it technically for my 29th birthday. Cool, so this part at least is fixed. That's why I had that yarn there to keep that. Okay, I think I fixed my wheel. Oh my gosh. Yay! What is shaking? Something is clicking. But it's fine. We're working. Cool. Okay. That was exhausting. All right, now on to, we are clearing more bobbins. Where did I put everything? Okay. Where is the next one? Here it is. Okay, you know what we can do? We're going to spin something. Because I'm feeling like I don't remember what I'm doing, and it's going to make me feel better and feel accomplished. So we're going to take something I don't care about. Oh gosh, which way did I spin you? Counterclockwise. If the yarn is going counterclockwise, that would mean I can ply in the clockwise way, I think. Oh my gosh, you guys, it has been too long. Okay. We are going to try to set this up, and I will just try to chainify my yarn. This is like riding a bike, right? I mean, I don't have the brake band on enough, so we're not going to get uptake because I don't have enough tension. Cool, we're getting tension. Oh my gosh, okay. Alright, we can undo. Oh no. My leader, it's fine. I just broke my leader. Not a problem. We're gonna break things, we're gonna troubleshoot, but we're gonna do something that is fun here, okay? Let me move this. We'll bring up my face so that way you can see me be awkward. I'll scooch back forward. Okay, spin. Yes, I need to think. spin counterclockwise, ply. Yeah, I know I always ply the opposite direction, but I think that that's the way that I did things. Okay. Oh man. Please give this video a thumbs up. Please, please, please. Okay. Now, what I like to do when I want to chain ply something is I start with a little knot, so that way I can have my first little loop. No idea if that is correct. But so chain plying is basically crocheting. It's going to take time for me to get rhythm. Oh my gosh, I am totally messing this up. This is why it's good that I'm doing something on something I don't care about. Probably need to slow things down more. Oh, nope, 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 nope. Hey, mistakes are beautiful, right? Oh my gosh, you guys. Okay, let's go slower. We're gonna go in the bigger whirl. There we go. So I can remember what I'm doing. Oh no. Everything is fine. Inconsistent spun yarn is totally fine too. I should have taken a picture of this beforehand, but I have a feeling that there is a video of this somewhere. See, the problem is that I'm getting twist beyond where my finger is. And so that is something I'm not used to, and then the yarn is doing funky things. I mean, it doesn't look that bad. Oh man, okay, okay, okay. Let's do this. But see, like, I remember the, like, whole motion of grabbing. Oh my gosh, there's a total effed up spot. Why is the twist? Oh, it's because there's too much twist in some of the yarn. We got like a little, like, we're getting so many mistakes in here, you guys, but I don't care. I'm like intentionally leaving in slubs, but it's been too long and I don't remember. So you guys are gonna have to let me know what I'm gonna need to do with this. Because yeah, the problem I'm having is that the join of 3 is becoming wonky and spinning back on itself. I think, oh, we're about at the end. Oh no, I didn't plan this well. Because I brought my leader in. Well, you know what? Need scissors. My leader can become part of this yarn. This like messed up. Oh my gosh. Oh. All right, I spun something today. Something bad. Oh my gosh, the like mistakes in here are like the plies went over themselves. Like now the nice thing is silk is a little bit forgiving. Okay, let's but oh my gosh, that was goofy on every conceivable level. Some of this looks pretty good. There. Okay, fine, I plied something. Yes, it's a learning experience and art yarn it is, for sure. Okay, before I wind that onto my nitty naughty, there was something I wanted to do, not leave that on the floor where I'll lose it. Yes. I wanted to say that Knit Picks is having a bare yarn sale. So individual single skeins of bare yarn are 15% off. And the bulk 20 packs of yarn are supposed to give you 30% off the full price of a single skein. Normally a bulk 20 pack of bare yarn gives you 15% off of the list price. But I have noticed some inconsistencies. I have noticed that there are some yarns. So for example, I emailed, did they email me back? So Wool of the Andes was, the 20 pack of Wool of the Andes worsted was both not on sale and the 20 pack price was more than 20 individual skeins of Wool of the Andes would have cost. And so I've just dyed up a bunch of those new guys. Where is, let's do, nope. My mouse is like back here behind me. Price low to high. Wool of the Andes bulky sport. Huh. Superwash. Where's Wool of the Andes worsted? Okay, so here it is. So you can see that, oh, I think maybe they fixed something, but I sent them an email. What did I say? Because I like, this is, I'm almost out, and so this is something I needed. I need to zoom in to see what I said. I said, okay, so yes, so 20 skeins of Wool of the Andes should be $148.80, but it's listed at $167, which is more than 20 times the $749. And then also it's not listed as 30% off. So like, yeah, so I emailed them about that. So I'm like, I want to buy some, but it's not like on sale. And so there, meanwhile, oops, I want the bare yarn, you goof. Yarn. They changed their website and I'm all over the place. Let's see. Okay, let's just pick a random one that I haven't checked. I think that this one looks okay. It's like $10.99 normally, and then like, yeah, this is on sale. If I click on it, it'll say it's 30% off. So I will say that there is one yarn, and I feel like, I don't know if this was an error. There was one yarn that the 20 pack was discounted more. than it should have been. But I'm not going to show that off because if it's a glitch, I don't want to be encouraging people to exploit a glitch. But I did buy some myself. Oh man. Okay. What was I going to say? All right. But yeah, they're having a bare yarn sale. And so, oh right, I had that over here to put my affiliate link in. I do earn a commission if you make a purchase through one of my links. And I guess I can say, so I guess they changed hands, the company. Where am I? I'm all over the place. Okay. They changed hands, and let's go back to the 2 because that feels awkward. They changed hands, and I guess there was like a department that was laid off, which is a bummer because I had a project. And so I have been paid. So there's not, thankfully, they're like, oh, we'll pay half up front and half when it's like the project is out. And I'm like, I've been burned by something like that in the past with things not coming out. So how about, like, you know, the target is a few months from now. How about you just we put a date for the rest to be paid? And so they paid me completely. And I don't have any financial stake in it when it comes out, except for like something that like I'm a part of. And so therefore that was the exciting part. So it's on the back burner and I'm bummed. I was like, I didn't sign like an NDA or anything, so I feel like I can say that. But I think that this happened around when the company changed hands, and so that's a bit of a bummer for me. But yes, let's see. I can't read, so my computer is right there, and I can't read it, so I have to read on the iPad. Oh man. Once you knit, yeah, I don't know what I would knit this yarn with, because I think, oh, was it like silk rose fiber? Okay, we gotta find this. So I love Paradise Fibers, but I was like, this was a situation where I got put on the spot. Okay, so this was 6 years ago. Let's dive roving with Skittles, because they did in one of their subscription boxes, they're like, hey, here's like a dyeing project. We recommend ChemKnits. And I'm like, oh my gosh, Skittles is one of the candies that I actually don't recommend that you dye with. And so I was like, oh no, oh no. And so then I think that I was like, I don't know if I have like a full video or just a live stream. No, I don't want to show you guys an ad that I'm not getting paid for.
What you want to do is save 100.
And I can sing the jingle. Okay, skip. Aha, so see, I dyed this fiber with Skittles. And then I must have dyed some more fiber and something else. But the other concern was that it was a rose. The fiber was a rose fiber blend, so it was a cellulose blend that also doesn't dye well with food coloring. So that was the whole concern there. Oh my gosh. This is what happens when I move. Okay, now my head's cut off. There we go. That's better. Yeah, so that is what I just plied up here. So you can see it's very, very pastel. I mean, it was done years ago. There's some areas that look pretty good, some that don't. But it's fine. It's fine. Everything is fine. You live next to Paradise Fibers? That's awesome. Like, when they had the fire, I felt so bad. And yeah, they've always been very, very nice to me, and so I really appreciate them. And like, it was always kind of them to give shout outs, but I was like, oh no, now I feel like I'm not even going to wind this on to like a full-size skein because I don't think there's enough. So I'm just, oh, tension, Rebecca. I'm just winding it around like this because I think I only have, yeah, a few yards. Ooh, can I tie those ends together? Oh, I do have scissors now. For leaders, I always just use random yarn until it breaks. And I'll reuse the same leaders over and over. So let's see, how do I want to do this? Do I want to, no, I want to tie, I know you're going to untwist because I'm doing this, but I don't really care about this. It is, darn it. Because I have not set the twist, and so I let go, so I'm having to spin it. There we go. It's fine. It's an art yarn. It's totally fine. Now, to set the twist for something like this, oh my gosh. Okay, to set the twist on something like this, and I'm just going to twist it up normal, I would wet it and soak it and then hang it to dry. So a lot of times I would not bother removing it from like from the nitty knotty, but I want, again, my goal is to free up my bobbins. And so because I want to free up my bobbins, that is what we need to do. After the fire, a lot of their smoke damaged roving end up in salvage in Maine. Oh, wow. Because I know they were waiting on insurance because people wanted to buy the smoke damaged product, but insurance might have made them destroy it. So that was one of the concerns there. Okay. Next up, I have some really nice 2-ply yarn that I don't, you know, maybe I can find when this is from. Let's see. Spin into gold, chain plying yarn live, spinning, spin along, I don't see a picture of this. Okay, I was just scrolling through because I don't think that this, I'm going to swap cameras. I don't think that this is anything that I dyed, and I think I'd have to like go and look. Gosh, because did I spin this one on my own or on a video? It's definitely wool based, and then yeah, the question is, was it like the Paradise Fibers, or was it is it Paradise Fibers, or is it Into the World, or is it a random company? Now I have a feeling that I got lucky with these because it's looking like the twist is set from just having sat on the bobbin for years. Like, I'm not feeling like a lot of tension in the twist. So I may have completely lucked out here as I wind this onto the knitting knot. You guys. Too bad. Like, I can't believe that just, like, okay. But you can see it's not twisting like wild, so we're probably fine. We're just gonna have to be careful that I don't completely tangle this as I redo putting this on the nitty knotty. Oh my goodness. I will say, I think I got a fingering weight yarn here. I don't think I probably have not checked the wraps per inch, but it's feeling pretty thin. Oh my goodness. And like, my ply looks even. You guys, I am so out of practice. This is so sad. But see, okay, so I've been promising to do a spinning live stream for a really long time. And then I was like, okay, maybe I need one of the live streams to just be getting my wheel back in order. We need to get my C legs, my twisty legs back, and then we will be fine, right? And I know that this is not completely on camera. What I wanted to do was flip that. That's what I was pausing, because then the handedness would be better. But, oh no, I should be moving closer, not further. Fine. I was like, I'm also unused to this camera setup. Because I used to do some spinning live streams, but with the yarn, like I'd be in the corner of the room. So I'm not really demonstrating how to use the nitty knotty here. But, yeah. So a lot of times when I would ply, I'll either ply directly from the bobbins, like I did here today, or sometimes what I'll do is if I want to make a 2-ply yarn out of one single, is I will wind it into a center pull ball and then ply from the inside and outside of that ball. That will allow me to get a 2-ply yarn without having too much extra. Now, I don't know if that is something that I did here for this yarn. I mean, I likely did it for the very end, because I don't think, I don't have like a jumbo bobbin, so I don't know why. Like, it does look like I would have been able to fit more. So probably what happened is I probably spun singles. I plied the yarn until I probably then plied the yarn until I had enough until I ran out of one, and then with what was left over, I probably did the center pull ball. But now I need to, because that could be where it is. Playlists. I used to have a spinning playlist. Spinning around. Okay, I have a video, but it's not this yarn. Okay, so I don't have that on that playlist. Which, not that you guys could see me do anyway, but that is fine. Everything is fine. Everything is fine. Oh my goodness. Yes. and there are things that I am not going to say now because, yes. Okay. Now normally, you saw what happened when I removed that silk that I just plied from. Normally it would get like mega curly on itself, but this twist is already set. If anything, it feels like it could be a tiny bit stretched out. Oh goodness, it is pretty though. Not my best twisting job, but I can give a better picture. Here, and so it's very well set. This one is going to take a little longer to wind up, but then I'll have all my bobbins like free and ready to go. And then it'll be ready for me to start spinning next time. Today is the troubleshooting day. Next week, next Friday, will be the spinning day. Because I still have lots of conclusions and things to be. But we got things done. I repaired my wheel. And no, I do want it this way. We repaired the wheel and I plied some yarn. So that is me doing some spinning. So I did something on my wheel successfully. Oh gosh. But then there are times when, like, you know, that's why I left it up in the air. I posted a short, like, I guess half an hour before the stream started, and I see the focus is completely off. Okay. And so, but you know, we gotta get my confidence up. I'm like, too bad I don't have something I don't care about to spin. But you know what? This fiber that I dyed up can be a practice fiber for me. It does not have to be perfect. It does not have to be like beautiful. Why am I struggling? Oh, are we like just way stuck? Yes, we're just stuck in there. It does not have to be perfect. It does not have to be, it can be thick and thin, and you know what? That will be perfect. And it will be fine. I don't know what the hell is going, oh. Figured out why it was sticking. It was looped over on itself. I was like, this is behaving. Nope, I switched directions. I was like, this is behaving weird. Let's see. Well, whoever getting things done, you think it's beautiful, love the irregularities. Exactly. I was saying that to Keith the other day because he was at a conference and he started talking with someone who was starting to dye yarn, and I don't think she was complaining about like getting it on, like the color being uneven or something. But then, you know, there was something that like that came up, and it's like, you know, the struggle of getting color to be even is a real one. There might be a time when you want something that's truly solid for a project. But for me, the magic of hand-dyed yarn is the imperfections. Because if you want perfect, you would buy commercial dyed yarn, and yeah, and it would just be cheaper, right? Random question. But how can you get to see what people make with my yarn? I'm trying to use my mouse on the iPad. That is a great question, Izzy. Sometimes people share pictures with me, and I'm very bad about sharing them. Because I feel like, oh, if I share it, I should share, like, I need to find, like, the video number and things like that. So I am very, very Sorry, I keep getting this off camera. I'm very bad with that. Now, sometimes, and I do tag things, I have a Facebook group, ChemKnits Lab, and I would say like a couple times a month I go through and look at all the new requests to join. So if you've been waiting a while, my apologies. But if you want to join my Facebook group, there are two main requirements. One, your profile needs to be a person, not a business. So it can't be like your business page or your business account. It has to be an individual. And the second thing is you just have to answer the questions to get in. And they can be as simple as like yarn, or, you know, it's like you basically are agreeing to follow the rules, and then you can give a extremely brief answer about how you found the page. And so those are the requirements. Just because I try to keep trolls out as best I can. And yep, and sometimes things can't be helped, but we try to not feed any trolls. And I know the camera angle is not best for the way I'm doing this, but I was like, I wanted you to be able to see the little bobbin hopping down there. This went faster than I thought. I wonder, look at my poor technique of just like breaking the yarn at the leader. It's fine. It's all fine. She's really pretty. The main thing I've struggled when it comes to using my hand spun is not feeling like I would get enough yardage. And so normally what I would do at this stage, and I'm not bothering today because I could figure this out later, is I would count the number of wraps that there are around the niddy noddy. I would count that, and I would, so to get the wrap, and then I would get the wraps per inch to get the approximate size. And the thing I would struggle with was trying to get enough yarn to make something with it. And yeah, and I just need to be okay with like using, actually, you know what I should do? I should go through and get a bunch of my hand spuns, and I should weave with them in some kind of fun way. And I can use, maybe it would be fun to use like a black, or I don't know what I would use for the warp, to use just like commercial yarn for the warp, and then to weave with my hand dyed yarn, just to have something to sort of showcase it a little bit. But here we go. I've got to get the like camera angle. These are the things I pulled off today. This one, I don't want to trash it, but like the like plies per inch is like non-existent. It's really bad, really, really bad. Here, this like rose fiber thing turned out like really fun as an art yarn. It's full of mistakes, but it's pretty. And this one is like just a gorgeous one that I'm proud of, but still doesn't feel like there's that much yardage. I mean, it's probably only 100 grams though, which is my guess just based on the weight. So I used to be so good about keeping, and I know the focus will come back. Actually, I can just bring it up here. I used to be really, really good if I had a spun yarn about keeping the, if it was into the world, by keeping the bag that it came in, so that I could put the yarn back in the bag to know the fiber type and to know the colorway of what it was called. I was so good about that over the years. And then one of my biggest complaints with Paradise Fibers is that things were packaged beautifully, but there wasn't a good way, if you lost the card that came with it, to then remember what the fiber was. And so it's almost like you need like a little label or a little sticker to stick in with the fiber to then remember. So I have them stored in like bread bags, and I tried to keep things together as best as I could. But of course it's imperfect. But one of the things I bought, I have this. which maybe, I don't know if I bought it or if it was on my wish list and then Keith bought it for me. But this is a thing where you connect and you can have 3 of these it basically comes together and you can have these connected. You could do a 3-ply yarn with this because you can have 3 bobbins on here to ply. I've never used it, but I have it now in my handy dandy little box. I feel like I probably have more bobbins somewhere. I definitely have a second drive band, or a brake band, I mean. I definitely have the like jumbo orifice thing attachment that you could put on here. I have that somewhere. I just don't know where a lot of stuff ended up, but I'm glad I found my bobbins. I'm glad that like I fixed that band, which I ordered that replacement ages ago. I feel like that was one of the things that had me stop, but because it got to a point where I could safely have my wheel out and that wasn't an issue. It's just I wasn't spinning and I wasn't having the time to do that. And so it is something that I would like to do more. And that's why I finally was like, hey, Rebecca, in August, let's try to do this where maybe every Friday I can do a stream, and so then we can make this happen. And so next Friday, my bobbins are clear, so we're going to be able to get started on spinning this really, really pretty fiber that I dyed last week. And I actually found in my stash even more fiber that I had dyed that I saved. So, and plus I have more Paradise Fibers and Into the World, and so I don't know how often I will be spinning. But I do know that I can do more of it. And I have committed myself to doing more. So I hope that you guys are excited for the journey. I know that this stream isn't that long. I will admit the stool I'm sitting on is a really good stool for using the wheel. Like it's a... Although I was like yeah. There we go. It's a very good stool for using the wheel. And it's otherwise an awkward height for me to sit at for long periods of time. So normally when I'm in my living room, I mean, I'm not going to show you the whole room. Normally I sit over there in my chair. And so that's where I hang out and sit. But I wanted to make sure that like the window wasn't at my back because sometimes light gets weird in here. So that's why we have my lovely TV as a background. But yeah, this is I think what I've needed to do for so long, because I'm like, oh, I need to finish this. I need to get the wraps per inch. I need to figure out how much of it there is and then add it to like my Ravelry stash where I have that info saved. And ooh, you know where I could have info? Checking my blogger posts. I don't post things on there very much. Post ideas to do. YouTube videos not yet published. Design ideas. Book reviews in progress. New books to request. Colors to dye. These are all draft things from 2013. Draft. Free scrappy patterns. No, if it was a draft, it would be... Oh no, it could be further back. How do I look at just all drafts? I'm certainly not showing this, but summary my first into the world year. Aw. I've got egg on my face. Oh, some of this. Okay. Trying to knit patterns on Etsy. Sometimes I would have things in drafts. Okay, I'll look one more place. I'm going to check my Ravelry, my notebook. How do I go to not my projects, stash? No, I hadn't updated my stash in a long time. Fine. I could have an email, you know, I probably have an email somewhere to myself where I have notes that I was keeping. There are various ways I kept notes over the years, but I tried to search my photos for spinning pictures and I didn't find any photos of this. Now, the one thing I haven't figured out with setting things up like this, how I'm going to get another camera to film me spinning. I guess I could put it on my coffee table and do that. But anyway, you guys, I am spent. You spend almost every Saturday on the alpaca farm. A lazy Kate, thank you. I was like, I can't remember what things are. Yes, and so I will say that, I mean, they could, if there are ever comments that you think are poor, do not engage them, report them, and we need like a secret code word of like, to get my attention to notice, especially when I'm distracted and don't have my eyes on the chat. Like today, because I can't really read it over on the computer because I can barely reach the computer. I have my little iPad here. I wish I could like, I wish it would let me blow it up so it would be bigger. But yeah, I don't know, maybe just start like talking about indie or something. Indie barking emotes, I don't know. Because then I can hide people from the channel, but then they don't know they've been hidden because they still see their own comments. But there is I think a similar individual. And of course, now that I'm talking about this, they'll probably come in and yeah, but we don't feed trolls because if you feed them, they will just come back over and over and over. But I like to try to keep the comments as safe as I can for everyone. So, oh my goodness, you guys. Okay, this wasn't quite what I had in mind when I started out today, but I was honest with that short I posted, and we achieved something. I cleared my bobbins, I repaired my spinning wheel, and we are going to be ready to go and hit the ground running next time. We just need to, you know, I'll need to remember, okay, like I want to ply counterclockwise. This feels good. But yeah, I'm going to have to, it's like, there's also the awkward of like, normally I would do this like barefoot, but I don't want to show off my feet. And so this is a very like awkward angle, right? And so I know this didn't work well with the nitty naughty that was off, but hopefully I can adjust where my face is, because I had this back. Okay, because then I could get myself like so then you would be able to see my hands, but then I can still look up and talk. And so then this, I think, is the way that works. I'm going to try to take a picture of this setup so I remember. Because I'm going to be like, how did I do this? But you know, we should be fine. Right? Right? We'll be fine. Elmo's visiting. No, Indy is a very good boy, but I have the barking Indy. Oh man, which I have to think, you know, because we have what, 9 emotes right now, and we're like kind of close to a 10th. We need like 3 more channel members or something. But I'm trying to think about which one that I would remove. And I think the one that I use the least is this hug one where I'm hugging the heart. Because the indie bark one comes in handy. But then I was like, oh, but Indy deserves love. So that's why there's also the Indy love one. So I don't know. I mean, I am the one who uses the emotes the most. I know that there are people like you who also use them. I like the Indie Love one, and I have to see if the artist that I used, the artist that I commissioned to make the emotes, because what's funny is that I was so excited to get custom emotes here on YouTube. Oh, I forgot you can see my feet. I was so excited to get custom emotes here on YouTube that I don't know if I've made enough from channel memberships to pay for making the emotes. Because, you know, I paid someone to do it, right? But it doesn't really matter because I like having them and using them. And so it's more of that's the only way. Like, if YouTube had a way that I could give my ChemKnits emotes to everybody on my channel for free, I would do it. But that's not the way that it works. So, yeah. All right, I'm going to sign off. Go make some lunch, and I will be talking with all of you guys soon. So there is no edited video today. It's funny, I'm like getting real good with my whole schedule. Like I'm working on October right now. There's still some videos in August that I need to finish, but I'm like really trying to use this as time to work ahead as I start thinking about Hanukkah, Halloween, Black Friday, you know, Valentine's Day, and like all these special colorways that I do. I'm putting a lot of thought in, and so I hope that you guys enjoy all of it. And so please subscribe and turn on notifications and all that jazz. And I really hope you've enjoyed this chaotic, very real energy as I'm like, what the deuce do I do? It's really weird having my legs on camera. I'm not a fan. But yes, there will be a Halloween. Okay, knock on wood. There are plans for there to be a Halloween colorway this year. There are plans for that. There's obviously plans to do Hanukkah. I do still have 2024 Hanukkah samplers available. And I'm going to probably need to change the thumbnail for that so that way people don't order it thinking it's 2025. But yes, so that's all the stuff that I have to figure out. But today is Lucas's last day of camp. Ryder has 1 more week. So we'll see how much can be done and then school starts. Okay, I'm going to go for real. Thank you guys so much for joining in, and I will see you next Friday. There's an asterisk that pending, like, you know, health or like whatever. I mean, Lucas will be around, so that'll be interesting. But I'll see you next week, certainly, and I'll probably have more shorts on this weekend, shorts and things this weekend. And okay, I have not taken the new optical brightener dyed yarn from Jacquard. I have not yet taken that outside. It does still feel really soft. It doesn't feel, I'm going to need to hold it with some other hand dyed yarn. It doesn't necessarily feel super dry at a 3% depth of shade, so that is good. But yeah, speaking of another awkward thing putting me on the spot, when like, Jacquard's selling an optical brightener. Great. and I loved testing the product for them. Awesome. But the finished version is not the one that the picture is from. That's from like a prototype. And so I'm like, oh, I haven't tried the actual product. And so they're so nice to me though. And yeah, I don't have any financial stake in the optical brightener. I was not paid to test it out. I'm like, you know, when a company that creates like a big name dye company reaches out and was like, what are the dream things you wish existed? And you get to give feedback like that is really cool. Really, really cool. And so I appreciate them a lot. But yeah, so I'm like, okay, I'm testing that out. I got a lot of irons in the fire, but anyway, I will talk with you all soon. Thank you so much for watching and seeing me be completely chaotic. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye, everyone.